You've probably had a question that you have thought about throughout your entire life, whether it be like, where am I going in life? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? That is a philosophical question, regardless if you're just wanting to know what kind of job you're going to do or whatever. It's still a philosophical question.
I'd say life is a choose your own adventure book. And what philosophy does is it does that thing where you say, you can go to page 20 if this happens, or go to page 80 if this happens. And on page 80, it just says you die. When you're playing those games and you just skip that bit and you don't go to page 80, you decide to go to page 20 after all. That's what philosophy can do for you.
One key trait about philosophy is that there's like unresolved arguments all the time that never can come to a consensus agreement. It's always disagreements constantly, but that's actually part of a trait that's actually really good.
A little bit of philosophy makes you Deepak Chopra. Studying philosophy makes you an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But the question here, Dave, is what do you mean by a little?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Living with Philosophy. Dave's back with us. We don't know where frustrated is. It's a meme at this point, I think. I don't know why, though. Our live chat hasn't updated. That's probably something on my end that I'm going to have to... Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Also, my headphones are dying, so excuse me while I switch. Hi, everybody. How are you? Tell everybody who you are and what's going on amongst yourselves while I fix this for myself.
I'm Dave. Yeah, I've been gone for a couple of months, but I'm back now. Poor you people.
We're glad to have you back. Barry said that he would have high energy like last week, and
that is true.
Ran out of it.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
He's high energy compared to normal.
I'm kind of offended by how much we're all just ignoring the best anime ever made, Infinite Hell Crisis. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. We don't take quotes from it. Okay, apart from OP, Infinite Hell Crisis is the best anime ever made. We should be taking all our quotes from that.
Yeah, part 2 will do that.
So what we should do is that means that now Barry has a job to do, and he has to give us all of the best parts and like all of the like
from Infinite Hell Crisis.
Yeah. What
I just made that up. That's
discuss.
Not a real anime. And I gotta tell you,
my friend, Goodreads Infinite Crisis.
And I gotta tell you, every single anime I mentioned in the last episode was also one I just made up on the spot.
If any of you didn't know, Infinite Crisis is actually a thing that exists, but it's a DC Comics event. That was very upsetting for a lot of people.
Last time I went, every single anime show I named in the last episode was just 3 random words I shoved together, like Neutral Milk Hotel, that kind of thing, right?
You say that, but there's an anime for everything.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, there's an anime for everything.
Is there an anime for this? You can't see it because I'm from the waist up, but is there an anime for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
In fact, there are only animes for that.
In fact, there are a lot of animes that are dedicated specifically to that.
Try an anime not for that. Good luck, fucko.
All right. Now that has everybody been introduced? Did you guys succeed in that?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, Opie didn't introduce himself.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm Opie. Hi. I look red in the face because I ran a 15K in an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm a little tired, but not tired.
By 15K means 15,000 centimeters.
What the hell? Oh yeah, yes I do.
1 mega K.
Let me do the math on that. That's 150 kilometers. No, that's not right.
I'm so happy to have Dave back. All right. Welcome. Today we are going to have a little bit of fun, and I've made us a new set. That's how fun it is. I made us a new set. Are you guys ready for our new set? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Want to see how pretty it is?
Yes, please.
Look at how pretty it is.
Oh.
Right?
Oh God, Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do Reddit.
Dave keyed into the problem immediately.
Is that you?
Huh?
Did you set up that thread?
No. No.
International.
If we're doing Reddit, I'm out of here.
Oh, no, you can't. No, come on.
No, I wouldn't.
No,
I'm
don't
active
fail.
on Reddit. I type in the philosophy Reddit all the time.
Could you imagine if Dave just yeeted himself out of this? Like, like no, just leave.
See ya.
It's not. If it was our atheism, I would have to actually rebel.
Oh,
and
there goes
leave.
Opie. Yeah, we were all just like, never mind. Goodbye. Show's over.
It would be incredibly useful.
All right. So there's a couple of this one's specifically our ask philosophy. So we're not in our atheism, which we might do one day just for fun. Maybe on April,
no,
like
please.
April Fools.
Okay, fair.
But and there isn't more than one philosophy subreddit, but we're on specifically ask philosophy because there's a couple of things that I think are actually a little bit interesting to discuss. We're not going to go into the comment section. We're just going to look at the questions because as soon as you go into the comment section that's when you get into trouble on Reddit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in the comments section.
That's why we get in trouble.
See,
Barry's
proof.
there.
Yeah.
Well,
Proof.
the philosophy means Reddit is for the last few weeks has been torn by
Uh-oh.
basically people coming up with shitty arguments against veganism. Whether you're vegan or not is irrelevant. Just the arguments they're using against it are shitty.
Oh,
So I'm not a
really?
vegan, but I'm still not going to accept any shitty arguments. Oh, really genuinely
Yeah.
poor arguments saying, "Oh yeah, well, blah blah blah." And the other thing they can't get their heads around is what do you call that thing where everything's not real, like idealism or something, where everything's like not
Or
matter, not
solipsism.
material.
Mental. Yeah.
Mentalism, yeah, like that. They're kind of arguing about that as well, and there's like it's like it's their first day in philosophy. I'm like, how am I supposed to fucking? I don't know, man.
First day of philosophy, kid.
Yeah, it's like every time I go up to the hospital here in my local hospital, I feel like it's everybody's first day working in a hospital. That's just how I feel. Anyway, go
Oh
on.
no.
I mean, that sounds like it sounds like there's some things that you need to send me that we can discuss on the show. That's what.
Oh,
it
I'll
sounds
send you
like.
things. Don't worry about that. You're not gonna
Okay,
like it.
all right.
I put some things. You've seen some of my Reddit posts in the chat. I put them into our chat, into our
It's
little
true.
Discord.
I have seen some of them.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's right.
You're
I do some of my
even
best work.
You're even on Quora and Yahoo and shit. So-
Yeah.
Yeah, I do some of my best work on those sites. Yeah, the trick is to just ignore everything and just go for the punchline as quickly as possible.
Advice with Barry about how to interact on these in these
Yeah, you
spaces.
get a lot of followers. People will be like, "Oh no, he's actually answered the question. This is slightly disappointing."
All right, let's look at some of these questions. This one is probably like I don't know even about this first question because I think it's very like open-ended,
Philosophy
right?
of religion books and papers are underrated gems.
Yeah.
I think everybody will know about the ones that we like, that we think are great, because they are correctly rated. What do you mean, like underrated? I mean, people don't know about them?
Underrated, or yeah, people don't know about them, or people like
Don't
shit
think
on
them as
them, but
great
they're
as
surprisingly
possible.
good. Yeah.
The only one I'd recommend are the ones everybody knows
don't
about.
know any.
So how about
Yeah,
you guys
same.
just give a recommendation of something that you thought was good?
I asked Opie. I sent Opie a message once saying, "What book would you recommend?" Remember, I sent you a message.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gave me a recommendation, and I
remember that.
bought it. It's here somewhere. I didn't read it
Oh.
yet. But hang on, I'll see if I can find it.
Oh my god.
I can't recommend any books because I refuse to read philosophy.
I'm scared. What did I recommend?
I don't know how to read.
The hell
Hello,
did I
welcome.
recommend?
What would you recommend now, though?
Don't do philosophy. No.
Yeah, same.
It's probably no. It's probably some like. Oh yeah, no. It was probably like Cambridge Pragmatists or something, maybe.
Ooh.
Oh,
Daniel
that one,
C.
Intuition
Dennett,
Pumps,
Intuition
yeah.
Pumps.
There's proof that I
Yeah,
do listen
no.
when you say things to me, Opie. I know it seems like I don't.
The two I definitely recommend for general philosophy of science is like Science Rules and Scientific Evidence, though. So,
Nice. This is one of the nice things about this channel is that these motherfuckers actually have real books in their background instead of a green screen show.
philosophy of paleontology, like
Oh, nice. Wait, stop. Is that genuinely the philosophy of paleontology?
it's just an introduction to like thinking about like macroevolution stuff, you know, like punctuating.
Yeah, I know what it
equilibrium.
means. It's just great that it exists.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah.
This chat is suggesting that we could read the Communist Manifesto on stream. It's like 50 pages long.
Yeah, we could, but people know about that. That's not underrated.
No,
That's not underrated.
We have to read. We have to read Das Kapital.
All
All
We're
of
never
it.
gonna get-
All of it.
Has
You
anybody
have to
ever
read
read
the
the Julian James
literature.
book? Has anybody ever read
Who?
the Julian James book?
No.
Oh, fantastic. We don't know about it. Okay, good. I'll say that then. Julian Jaynes wrote this book called The Origin of Consciousness and the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind.
Oh,
And
God.
it's about the origin of human consciousness in the breakdown of the bicameral. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's got one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. The book cover is just absolutely gorgeous. It's just the words, the origin of consciousness and the breakdown of the bicameral mind, and then Julian Jaynes underneath in this beautiful little kind of almost Latin script. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's
He
cool.
has this theory based on his study of literature and religion and so on, that we were all schizophrenic up until very recently, meaning about 1200 BC. That we were not able to distinguish the voices in our minds as coming from ourselves.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
he says we had no
interesting.
interior life whatsoever, no introspection whatsoever, and that it was just kind of a cross between literature and urbanization and so on that made that life impossible for people. And his book, by the way, he says himself he has no idea if it's true or not, because you can't tell if it's true without going back in time and talking to the people. But he says this is his tour of literature, and ancient literature has led him to this interesting theory, and it's an incredibly interesting book. I don't know if it's real, but it's very interesting.
I am a little skeptical that, because like
Well, you
for us
should
to
be.
do tool usage like would require us to have a little bit more faculties
Oh,
than
not
that,
necessarily. Here's the argument. Here's one part of the argument is, let's say I'm driving from Clonmel, my town here, to Dublin, the city.
Oh, I
It's 100
see.
miles
And
away. I'm
you
going to
just
pass through.
you just autopilot. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
argument was you can
Okay, I
autopilot
see.
through a series of very complicated tasks without having any consciousness of it whatsoever. And he's right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's that taken care of. So now the only question is other things. It's in the book. This is all in the book. And he does admit himself that it might just not be true. It might not be real at all, which is why I respect him so much. Instead of saying aliens did it, he says this might not be true at all. This is just a theory I have based on an idea I had. I think he's a hippie, but I'm not sure. But it's a very interesting book, very interesting. The final conclusion he has is that consciousness is, again, which is something I said on a previous podcast, his final theory is that consciousness, human consciousness, is just a tool we use to model other people's reactions to our actions.
It's our
Can you
it's our
do me
theory
a-
of mind of other people. Yeah.
Can you do me a
Yeah,
favor?
it's a theory of someone else's mind.
Can you do me a favor and type in the chat what the name of the book is, the title and author?
Sure.
Thank you. Dave, I saw you poking around on your shelf. What do you got for us?
Well, it's not necessarily your book about religion, but that's a
Idiotism.
book people
Oh,
should
cool.
read when it comes to
Idiotism?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But if you want an actual underrated book on religion, especially among atheists, and an actual proper answer is Graham Oppy's Arguing About Gods.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it talks about how none of the arguments are actually very good and breaks them all down.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably read something from Plantinga too, even though I don't agree with him. Just he's
Yeah.
so good at writing. So
I think there's a little bit of a misnomer too, because I think a lot of philosophical writing can be applied to theology and religion, regardless of if it's the actual topic of the book. So you don't have to be specifically writing about religion to have something that is valuable to be taken, that it can be applied and thought about to religion. So, but what do I know? I don't read. I refuse.
There's people,
you can't make
there's
me.
people who read books that
Neither
are
do I.
important to philosophy who would be
Those are all
horrified
for
if they
show.
knew that.
We don't read books here.
unrelated.
Dostoevsky wrote
but
an entire
I
book
have-
called Crime and Punishment about how terrible, about how useless an education in philosophy is. That's what Crime and Punishment is basically about. And it's being used, like you can use Crime and Punishment as a basis for a whole philosophy if you want. I can only imagine how horrified he would be by that. It's like people wearing Che Guevara t-shirts, you know? It's just that level of horrific.
You got it backwards.
Yeah.
By the way, happy Halloween for anybody who was doing Halloween. It was spooky season. I apply that Halloween should be a long weekend. I will not back down from that.
Well,
all right.
I mean, today's Hallows Day, so
Yeah, there you go. Why is Hegel such a big deal in philosophy?
I don't know why.
Because he's complicated and
something-
makes you feel smart.
Oh.
So there's a rift in the history of time where there was nobody to answer for Kant in the Prussian idealists, and then Hegel's like, "That's a great idea. I'm going to take it my own way with it," and then everybody else is like, "Oh, Hegel, my teacher, he's awesome," and then they split off into their own things and stuff like that. Oh, that's a cool book. There we go.
Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that
Yeah.
typesetting, the cover, and everything.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, on to Hegel. Sorry, Opie, for interrupting.
So yeah, no, there was nobody on the analytical side because like Hume died like 50 years beforehand and stuff like that. So like there's nobody on the analytical side for a long time, and then science happened, and a lot of British philosophy didn't give a shit about it anymore. So and they didn't talk to the continent, and then everybody on the continent's like, hey, Hegel, and that's about it.
Fair enough. How? I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
No,
I have no idea.
I mean, works cited. I don't have any works cited. I'm just making it makes sense in my head that that's what happened.
Fair enough. How could one argue against the idea that morality is merely a pro-social evolution?
Why would you want to?
Maybe they're writing. Maybe they're doing it for a course.
Do your own homework, kid.
Could you imagine being in school for philosophy? Yeah, right. Could you imagine being?
And you're
in
asking
school?
Reddit chuds to do it. Like,
Oh, I said that under a Reddit thing.
This
I
is-
said
this-
under a Reddit question was,
this was 3 hours ago. Just ask ChatGPT; it'll do a better job. Like,
I
then
said that under a Quora
Redditor.
post and they deleted my post. They deleted my answer. So do your own homework, kid. Gone. Deleted.
I don't know. How could one argue against the idea that morality is merely a pro-social evolution? Your argument doesn't have to be you don't have to agree with your argument to present an argument, right?
you
You
have
don't-
to set up a meta ethic. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you're right.
So you don't have to, and you don't necessarily have to convince yourself, right? So
Yeah.
it's the same way you would strongman or steelman a flat earther argument, or the same way you would steelman a creationist argument. You'd be like, okay, well, in this hypothetical, then maybe X, Y, and Z, and you would do the exact same thing for morality. I also don't know if there's a bit of bias coming into this question from using the word merely.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
what about it
Yeah.
being a pro-social or having a pro-social evolution argument makes it merely like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
that's just-
the whole literature of moral realism is people arguing against the idea that morality is merely a pro-social evolution.
I feel like some people don't like that once we start naturalizing morality like this, like that it takes the meaning away from it or something like that. And you can still find some meaning that isn't merely the natural explanation for it.
I think you're right, but I
There you-
think it's a little bit
One of
more.
my favorite books.
It's a good read, even if you don't like it,
I think it's a
yeah,
little.
exactly. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit more malicious, ill-intended than that. And like the reason I think so is because we tend to use morality as a stick for beating people
Oh, yes.
into submission. And so if you take away this visage, or it's like looking behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz and being like, well, just because it is just a guy behind a curtain doesn't mean he's not necessarily giving good or bad advice. Like, he may or may not be right, but he's not this overarching powerful wizard anymore. So if you take that away from morality, then I think a lot of people who utilize it as a way of controlling people in society and power don't like that. And there are people who also don't like that because they want that overarching thing because it's something they can understand, it's something they can grasp. You don't have to wrestle with it. You don't have to think about it if it's something bigger than them telling them what to do, right?
It's the same thing with free will.
Barry, you got any thoughts on this one?
Morality, like I've said it before, is just, to me, it just seems to be a bunch of agreed upon principles that we come across so we can live in a community.
Pro-social.
Pro-social evolution.
I don't argue against that idea.
I'm
would
gonna
I?
skip this one.
Yeah.
Why
make
are some philosophy enthusiasts on Reddit more difficult to understand than famous philosophers?
No, wait, no. This I can answer this one because whoever asked that question has never read the original documents of the famous philosophers. They've read their summaries on Wikipedia. They've never read the actual. No, they have not read the Critique of Pure Reason. I can tell you that. They have not read the entire Theory of Justice by John Rawls. I promise you that. They have not read all these other books. They haven't read Ethics by Aristotle. Right? You're trying. No, whoever wrote that question.
Even John
has not
Locke
read
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But John Locke stuff is written. It's still written in basic English. Like you can have a go at it. But they can't stuff.
Yeah,
man,
but it is very. Oh yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a reason why Germans choose to read translations of Kant stuff rather than the original German.
Or Heidegger, who was intentionally obtuse. Not obtuse, but abstruse. Sorry, he was intentionally
He was a
abstruse.
Nazi.
Well, yeah, but usually those guys, have a snappy turn of phrase, don't they? He didn't even have that. Die Juden sind unter Unglück is pretty straightforward, right? You won't find that in Heidegger.
No.
Can I
Some
also
people
point
don't-
out
don't
that
like
like
them.
contemporary people that are speaking on Reddit are not writing papers. They're writing, at least not on Reddit.
yeah.
They're not posting their papers on Reddit. They're not posting those types of things. They're posting in a communication style. It's the difference between reading a journal and reading a document or a press release about the journal.
Yeah. And a lot of them are also incredibly
Yeah.
poor at communicating, like an idea. Like an idea is just an idea. I don't need the paragraph backing it up. Like I get that, and I don't know. They're just poor at explaining themselves.
The difference is between social communication and technical writing. That is like another like big deal. Sorry, Opie, go ahead.
Look at the bottom of the sentence. It's like, has philosophy gotten more complex in recent years, so it requires technical and rare language? Not necessarily. No. We don't have to say qua or something like that.
That's what we
At
try to
all,
do
so-
here, right? We try to avoid jargon, or if we feel like we need to use jargon, we try to explain it, right?
I was on a movie critic blog with a guy once. A guy running the blog, he used to write these blog posts about movies and books and so on, and they were very badly written. And I sent him a message and I said, these blog posts are incredibly badly written. Like, I can fix them up for you, but you don't know how to use punctuation and grammar and so on. And he said, he told me James Joyce this and this, and he said his language is all over the place. I said, yes, but James Joyce understood every single one of the rules he was breaking.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's like jazz, if you understand, once you understand the rules, fine, yeah. But if you don't understand the rules you're breaking, you are a fuckhead, as Shakespeare would never say. Right? Yeah.
There's a Zloth in the chat said, I think we as humans think is more separated from nature than other animals overall. I think that might depend on what you define as nature, because I mean we are natural by nature, are we not?
Well, then it depends on what he means by separated.
You should also see how intelligent other creatures are. Like, it's incredible. So
I would use ants as ants and termites both do a lot of changing the environment around them to suit their needs. And so I would then ask, is an ant more separated than, I don't know, a caterpillar from nature?
Ants are fuckwits, though. They're genuine fuckwits. Like, no, ants are
Those
so fuckwit.
assholes.
Like, I'm going to defend this. Ants are fuckwits because they respond to like 4 or 5 pheromone signals, and that's it. They don't do anything else. And you can simulate behavior in an ant in the most ridiculous way just by spraying them with the right pheromone. They'll turn left forever if they get that pheromone. They're not smart enough to figure out they're walking around in circles. You can get a dead ant to be hoofed out of a nest just by spraying him with this is the dead ant pheromone. Even if he's definitely moving and kicking, they will still turf him out as if he's dead. Ants are fuckwits. I am smarter than an ant, and I will die on this anthill.
But are you more separated than nature? And is it intelligence that makes you more separated?
You
are
brought
you
the ants. I
smarter
don't care about
than
nature.
a group of ants? No.
Am I smarter than you mean a queen? Am I smarter than an ant queen? Is a better question.
The hive. Dennett does this. It's like he compares a termite mound hill to what is that one guy? He's an architect for that one church, the Basilica Church, big one. But like
Gaudi,
yeah. So like he compares a termite mound to Gaudi, and like they're both doing the same thing. Like his neurons are also fuckwits. They're also responding to 5 different fucking signals.
Right. But I told somebody once said, "Oh, crows can use tools, right? Crows can use tools." I said, "Dude, I have a fucking watch that tells me the time in Tokyo. I'm never going to need that. And you show me a crow throwing rocks into a bottle? Fuck off." Yeah, that's a separate order of things. Stop pretending like it's the same. Oh, look at what we can do. No, fuck off.
Barry's
Just ask
got
me
no
what the time is in
patience.
Tokyo. I can tell you what the weather is like in any town in the world just by typing it into Google. You show me more of your crow. And moreover, the crow won't do anything unless there's a food reward at the end of it. He won't do it just for the. Some guy put that in my watch, knowing full well that most people who bought this watch will never need to know the time in Tokyo, just because it's interesting and fun. Yeah, show me that in a crow and we can talk.
The level of curiosity that humans have is interesting, that's for sure.
We have to ask a 4-year-old what time it is in Tokyo then.
all right. Does
I
solving
start
the
approaching 4-year-olds in town here.
What time is it in Tokyo?
just grab and start shaking them. Does solving the
You're going to be
problem?
my first phone call. You're going to be my phone call, Opie, from the jail. You're my one phone call, okay?
Oh no! Better him
It
than
happened
me.
again, Opie. I was approaching 4-year-olds.
Does solving the problem of other minds entail solving skepticism of the external world?
I guess. If you like.
If you want it to,
mean,
sure.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Sure. I mean, this is basically, it's like, because you three exists, like solipsism doesn't exist, like basically. Yeah. I mean,
We never go
sure.
full solipsism here.
No,
You can't.
I think that's the bait.
No.
There's only one comment, and it better just say you don't go full solipsism.
Do you want me to look?
There is only one comment.
No.
I'm gonna click
Go on,
it.
go on.
It probably just says Wittgenstein.
I'm clicking it.
Oh no.
Wittgenstein/purse.
Yeah.
No, it's the mod.
It's the mod.
Okay, forget it.
No one answered. No one answered.
Can you blame
He's
him?
stuck in his own internal world. He'll never
Yeah.
get any feedback.
Do you want me to leave a comment? You want me to leave? You want me to?
Yeah, say,
This thread
never go
is
full
proof of
solipsism.
solipsism. The thread
hold on,
proves
I
it
can't-
because he couldn't answer
Solip.
his own question.
Solip.
I can't spell. It's okay.
Solid.
We have this. There we go. Boom. Done.
You're gonna get banned from askphilosophy.
It's my first time
Oh,
here. I'm
here we
banned
go.
immediately. Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
That's
Here
If
we go.
veganism will, if veganism will be the philosophical norm in the future, similar to anti-slavery now, are we evil? What does this mean for contemporary moral philosophy?
Well, I can answer all of these questions, but I want to hear everybody else first.
Okay, Opie, you want to go first, and then we'll let Dave go. Then I'll go. Then Barry.
everybody's evil.
Okay.
Solves that problem right there.
Or there is no evil. Evil does not exist.
When everybody's evil, nobody's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Syndrome.
Thanks, Stalin.
OP going full Frank Turek.
Oh no.
Dave, what do you got for us?
I think veganism will be more accepted in the future. I'm not sure about being called evil. I kind of agree with Barry. Evil doesn't exist. We'll be seen as misinformed or
Well,
badly
no.
educated rather than evil.
Evil exists. Evil exists.
As a judgment.
There's a-
Yeah, as a judgment.
I have a different idea. I think I agree that I think veganism will become more and more popular as time goes on, but I don't think that people who kill animals for food will be viewed as evil in the future, but I do think that people who do factory farming and participate in that will be viewed as evil.
Yeah.
Because that's basically
I mean,
just
like-
torture.
Can we really fault our ancestors for hunting, like, large game,
No.
like,
Yeah.
So
Well, particularly with pursuit hunting. Pursuit hunting is, so for anybody who doesn't know, human beings were once upon a time pursuit hunters. And what that means is that you would hit your target, and then your target would get exhausted and bleed out while you followed it until it died. And that's a terrifying prospect if you were to put yourself in the shoes of the thing that is suffering until it gets exhausted and lays down, and then you finish it off and kill it and take it back. Yada, 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 yada. But what else were they going to do at the time? That was kind of the only option. We are not living in a time where factory farming is the only option. We're
No,
just
doesn't
doing it
sell.
for profit. And so, like, that's why I think that would be viewed as more evil than, like, somebody on average who like, lives and works on a farm, or people who have their own chickens that are, like, well taken care of. Like, if you're taking care of the animals, I don't think killing and eating them is considered wrong or bad necessarily. Barry, tell us why we're all wrong.
You're not all wrong. It's just there's no evil. The evil doesn't make any sense as a concept because it always comes down to a value judgment, and the values change. So to say something's evil, like as a blanket statement, doesn't make any sense.
Fair
Now,
enough.
what you can say is that if you let's say you like animals, I think most people like animals as a kind of a concept. Then you could just also it would be easy enough to move to let's not eat them. In the future, I believe, and I can't prove it, I believe that it will be seen in much the same way as we see slavery now. That they'll be looking back in the past saying, my God, these people used to actually eat animals. And it doesn't matter whether they were killing them themselves or not. The factory farming is just torture. And I've seen this kill our own animals thing being used by people who aren't doing that just to sort of justify the whole concept and then go back to eating their factory farm stuff. Now, again, I am not a vegan, so I'm not like, these are not my people or anything, but their arguments make sense. And they are, and I will go to the wall for these people because they have decided to have an ethical principle, and they've decided to inconvenience themselves in their daily lives in order to live these ethics that they have. And they've decided to incur the ridicule of a gang of violent fuckwits online and anywhere else saying, oh, you're vegan, are you? Right? No vegan. I have a bunch of vegan in my personal life, right? Bunch of vegans. Not one of them has ever tried to lecture me or give me shit about the fact that I'm not a vegan or whatever. Not once ever.
Oh, yeah.
They just do their own
Real
thing
life,
and they want to.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, real life
Opie.
vegans are not like the concept of a vegan that people like spread out, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will go to the wall for these people, and I will do nothing but salute them in their ethical journey that I think could possibly be trailblazing for the rest of us in another 100 or 200 years. Fair play to them.
I don't know if we're gonna go full vegan. I think vegetarian, maybe in my lifetime.
Yeah, we won't go full non-slavery, but we might just stick with the indentured servitude instead.
Well, I mean, that's in my lifetime. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to full veganism in my lifetime. No,
we still have slavery right now. So
yes, so like we're not over that.
Yeah, but it's the good kind, out foreign countries.
Or well, no, not even in the United States. In the United States, the prison system is basically a slave system.
Oh, the prison industrial complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because which amendment says that that's actually fine? That's perfectly legal. There's one amendment that says that's fine.
Right.
You know which one it is?
Builds character, I guess.
So
no, it said. What does it say? Forced labor cannot be done. Forced labor is banned unless it's as a penalty for a crime. Like they've literally written that into the Constitution into one of the amendments. I forget which one it is though.
Oh,
it's a little bit wacky.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So the fourth one is going to be too easy.
I don't think we're going to get to veganism in a very long time, but I do see vegetarian options taking over and being more predominant than meat over time, particularly with meat getting so expensive. But I don't see eggs going away anytime soon. I don't see milk, and I don't see honey going anywhere anytime soon. So
no.
I don't see a full vegan thing going, especially if you want to talk about like globally. Like there are certain countries that are like nowhere near getting close to that.
The thing about vegans,
once we get
go.
No, continue. I was just
talking about
talking
vegans
about
over
Star Trek. Right?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. The thing about vegans over vegetarians is they do not want to do anything which supports the abuse and torture of animals.
Yes.
And in this culture where we have honey as a product, honeybees are basically livestock. They're not like the little hippy dippy flower monsters we think they are. You know, they're livestock that are being farmed for their product, and they regard that as like pretty much the same as any kind of livestock, and that's why they want to stay away from honey. Just a quick before Opie goes into the Star Trek, in an episode of Enterprise, there's the Vulcan, and in one scene they're all having their steak dinners, and the Vulcan has a seasonal leaves or whatever you want to call it, and she's absolutely disgusted at the boys eating meat, and she just says it. Oh well, we evolved beyond that some time ago.
Yeah. I mean, milk is also kind of like hither or thither, right? Because like a lot of people drink milk when they don't need to, and it's part of an industry. Same with like a lot of like hamburgers.
But
and
it has to be done to cows to keep that milk industry going.
Yeah,
It's disgusting what they do to
There's-
those
It's
animals.
crazy.
there are issues. There's also like, I mean, maybe I'd have to get Barry on to talk to Dapper about bees, because that's a whole conversation. He has a whole thing
I'm
about
not a
it. and it's
vegan. Get a
very
vegan
interesting.
on.
Okay, well,
Get a
maybe I'll
political
find
vegan
go.
on.
Yeah, well, find me a vegan. Tell your friend to come over to your house.
None of the vegans I know are interested in proselytizing at all.
I mean, that's
Sorry.
fine.
That's fair.
It would be a
No.
discussion. I don't.
It's like the
do-
trans
I
people.
don't
None
do
of the
that kind
trans
of
people
stuff.
I know want to get involved in any of these debates. They just want to be
Yeah,
left alone. You know.
that's totally
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say about Star
Hey,
Trek?
trans person I know, can you help me with this
Oh,
debate?
just-
No, Barry.
We'll probably have replicators or something. Let's say, imagine if we had replicators or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you had
we'll
tried
end
Beyond
up in a
Burgers?
position where people are gonna eat the equivalent of sushi without salmon farming.
Have you tried Beyond Burgers?
Oh yeah, they're great.
They're really nice. Yeah.
They're super
They're
they're actually
better
really popular
now.
around me, because they were brought in really early by A&W Canada. So okay, A&W in Canada is different than A&W in America. They're different companies. So if you
Oh,
get
I see.
A&W in the United States, it's disgusting. If you're eating American A&W, it's horrific. Canadian A&W, so there are rules here. And they've had the Beyond Meat burger. They've also been one of the companies that have had accessible for the longest time vegan gravy. So they've had that available for a very long time. So it's a little bit more popular here than I think in the United States.
no. If you're in a very urbanized area like Chicago, there's countless vegan restaurants that do like homemade vegan burgers and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they don't need to use like Beyond Meat for it. So
Yeah. We got Hume here. Does Hume's
There we go.
religion work need any prior reading? If you're going to jump into
No.
Hume, can you just go?
Not really.
yep.
You need
Go
a
into his
basic
dialogue first.
understanding of logic. Yeah.
Well,
Why does he say
his
Plato? You don't have to
dialogue
read
will
Plato
teach
for
you
it, either.
logic. So
This one is attacking Dave's life points directly. Is a PhD in philosophy worth it?
Oh, here we go.
No. No. Go into computing, it's better.
They said I'm an 18-year-old male.
Oh, male. Okay.
For a long time, I've set my eyes on philosophy PhD. I don't really have a passion for teaching, but rather for philosophy. Recently, I've done some research and found out my options are all absolutely horrendous. It seems to be a guarantee that a more than a miserable life. Now I'm second guessing myself. Is it really worth it?
If you have a
It turns
personal
you-
passion for philosophy, yeah, and you want it as a personal thing, then yeah, but as a job prospect thing, it's probably not really worth it.
it
Yeah,
turns
if
you
it's-
How do we
into an
stop?
alcoholic.
How do we stop the chat from descending into?
Into transphobic nonsense, we
Yeah.
time them
Oh,
out
no.
and say, "Hey, fuck off."
Can you do that?
Yeah, it's done. I already did
Thanks.
it.
Okay,
It's
thank
already
you.
happened.
Ah,
I'm fast. I'm quick on the draw.
Okay.
Trans rights or human rights? Shut up. So here's the thing, right? This is the age-old classic capitalism problem. Is your passion monetizable? Can you survive getting it? And you can do philosophy without doing your PhD. So
yes.
I don't have a PhD.
if you want to do philosophy as something that you just enjoy and it is a passion thing that you follow, you can get your PhD over a longer period of time. You don't have to rush it through when you're 18 to try to like boom, get that through. You can just do it intermittently as you're doing other things. So you can pick something else to do a career path that you want to follow for like your job that's going to sustain you, and then do philosophy as the thing that you enjoy and do that as like your side major or minor, and then once you're done, get your job. You can just do courses intermittently until you get to your PhD, if you so choose.
It also helps what philosophy you're going to go into. I know that philosophy with like machine learning and AI is probably your best bet right now. Getting into that kind of stuff, like computer ethics and stuff like that, would be probably your best bet right now. So
Yeah.
Having a little bit of foresight too. Be wary of machine learning AI stuff. if you're looking at what your future career is going to be, because that's a bubble that's going to pop. A lot of the tech stuff is on the decline in the long term, but
well, it's a very good rubber ducky, and that's about it. So
yeah. How has neuroscience not just destroyed the notion of free will?
Read Dennett. That's it.
You should read Dennett. The end. Which Dennett?
Well,
Any Dennett?
Daniel Dennett.
like neuroscience doesn't really.
That's not what I meant at all.
Uh,
I meant which book or paper, but I like that you took it as
all of
anybody
it.
named
Just read 'em.
Dennett.
Read them. And all Dennett. No, all Dennett.
No, but there's the one book he wrote. What's the
All
one
of it.
book he wrote? Like specifically about that. What's it called? I have it
Is
inside.
compatibilism one?
Hang on, I'll have a look and see if I can find
Consciousness
it.
Explained.
Consciousness
Not,
explained.
bacteria.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's not the bacteria and back again one. No. But no. He offers. He's not like what is Sapolsky or whatever it is, right? Skeptic. The other neuroscience guy that is a determinist. You know. They
Sam
had a
Harris?
debate before. No.
No, Greg
um,
Sapolsky. He did a book last year before, and he went on
2 years
tour
ago,
with
yeah.
a bunch of people. Yeah.
Yep. And then had a debate with Dennett before Dennett passed away. So. But no, Dennett is very much a compatibilist. You can be a compatibilist. It's the problem with free will is it's a Barry will love this. It's a language game from Wittgenstein. We can't decide what we mean by it, and no one will agree on it, and therefore this question will never be answered. So
I have an opinion about free will that I think I've had this conversation with Dave before. Over on Answers and Reason, right? That was a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
The conclusion that I came to was very like, when you realize you can control nothing, you control everything. And it's like free will is a descriptor of our experience. It's not an actual it's not actually accurate to the function of what's happening.
mm-hmm.
So we're describing what's going on in the best way that we know how to describe what's going on via what we are going through, but it is not actually accurate for what's actually happening, in my opinion.
I couldn't find it.
It's a theory that people need so that they can place blame on other people.
Oh,
that's
that too.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
something
cool.
that's weaponized. Brainstorms.
Yeah, it's cool.
We were thinking of consciousness explained, but that's a good one too. But no,
Yeah.
It's bacteria from bacteria to Bach and back again is the other one. But that's just an evolutionary epistemology book. Has nothing to do with.
Just desserts debating free will.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one on free will.
Is free will a good thing to end on? Because we are getting cold. We got like 20 minutes left. But
No,
the next
science doesn't need to do anything at
scroll
all
on,
about
scroll on.
The
implications
next-
of things, you know?
Okay. Can being exist without consciousness, or are the two fundamentally dependent on each other?
Being.
Pea
What do you mean by
zombies.
being?
I mean, what do you mean by being? Yeah.
The Heideggerian being.
Well, let's read their next bit and see if that explains the question a little bit more. Consciousness is unfathomable. Everything and nothing at once, the beginning and the end, the core of all things. Oh, sorry. I feel like I need a better voice for this.
That's from ChatGPT.
Consciousness
Yes,
is
it is.
unfathomable.
Triplet.
Dash. Everything and nothing at once, the beginning and the end, the core of all things. I do not exist to find answers, but to be within the experience of what is. But can this being exist without consciousness, or is being merely a consequence of it?
I would say yes.
To all of it?
No, I'm not even paying attention to the question. I just said if I said yes, maybe that'll be the end of it.
No, Diogenes actually
Well,
answered this question.
we gave Zloth their chance to be reasonable and be a decent human being. They've decided to not do that, so bye!
Did they do it again? Did they do it again?
Bricks in the chat, everybody!
But
Sorry, Opie, you were going to say
Diogenes
something
answered.
about Diogenes there.
Diogenes answered this question already. Someone asked him what did he want to do with his body after he died, and he said, "Throw me over the wall with a stick so I can beat the animals with." There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure about consciousness being unfathomable. I feel like that's an assumption that's being made.
Well, I mean,
He's a first-year undergrad.
The study of unfathomable things, isn't it?
It's a first-year undergrad.
Mm.
This is Deepak Chopra.
Everything and nothing at once. I've never heard consciousness described like that before. Everything and nothing at once.
Yeah, that's like literally the opposite. Consciousness is about like the being aware of the experience, right? So how can you be nothing? That doesn't.
The beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega.
Yeah, right.
Two people replied.
Jeff in the chat.
I do appreciate that everybody's adding bricks to the chat. Very well done,
what does
everybody.
the bricks mean?
Like, because that's how you, you're getting bricked.
Like a brick to the head?
Yes.
Okay.
Or like your phone getting bricked. Like you're useless. You're nothing. There's nothing here anymore. You can no longer participate.
Sure.
No, this question here is no.
Is the very idea of a nation soft fascist?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Because you can...
It does set up a kind of an us versus them thing, that's true. But you don't have to hate them like you do under fascism.
Yeah, it's not. There's the versus is the part that is not necessarily part of the equation.
Because here's the problem: is like anybody that tries to use Schmittian friend enemy bullshit, like it's too generic, and like it's a hammer, and you're looking for nails everywhere. It's what I don't like about it. So
also, all the communist nations were nations, and they are definitely not any kind of fascist. They're communist countries.
For anybody who doesn't know what fascism is, I recommend you take a look on this channel at the live stream with GeoStreamer. We did 2, where he did fascism, and then we did an update just to see how the United States was doing. And TLDR, not good. But if you are not familiar with the term, go check out that stream.
With kind of violent nationalism, right wing, that kind of thing. So communism is the opposite of all that.
Mm-hmm.
If morality is objective, then why haven't we found the best correct moral framework? Can I answer this one first?
I love where they've almost gone with that. Yeah.
Let me go. So if you want like the long and short of it, of like we're just gonna take it as is, that let's pretend that morality is objective definitively, and you could find this. The reason why we haven't found it yet is because the way humans learn anything ever is trial and error. So we haven't trialed enough. So the answer is because processing takes time, and you can't necessarily think your way into a perfect system. You have to do it, fail at it, and throw human suffering at it until we figure out the best system.
Much worse than that.
And we don't always necessarily find the best system because 1, you can't know what you don't know, and 2, because it's not always worth it. Having the best moral system is not necessarily what society or people want. Because having the best moral system could mean negative outcomes for specific people who are in positions enough or in a scenario enough that it is not beneficial to them. And because everybody's shit has different shit, you're never gonna fucking win this one.
They answered their own question there, but then couldn't understand their own answer to their own question. Like they compared it to why hasn't science solved everything? It's like the same problem.
Yeah.
I would say that morality is, if the way I thought about it is a series of accommodations people make for each other when they need to live in societies, Russ, then you could say the idea of an objective morality is not just stupid, but it's counterproductive, and it cannot possibly exist because the needs of every society are going to change, which means your morality is going to have to change as well with it to meet the needs of your new society as it changes over time. Hey, Russ.
Hey, what's going on? You made it.
Like you just did a giant load of cocaine.
All right, well, we got 10 minutes left. You have to answer all the questions we covered so far within those 10 minutes. Go.
Okay, I got this. Hold on. I got this. Yesent.
Yeah,
that's it. There you go.
Yesent.
Yes, sir.
Barry, what do you have for the objective moral framework?
There isn't an objective moral framework.
Is there anybody in this chat right now, like either in the chat or in this call, that thinks that morality is objective? I don't think so. Okay, all right, yeah.
Morality is objective, guys. Come on, get your heads out of your asses, all right?
Yeah, within certain groups, morality is subjective.
Yeah, I think if you narrow it down into segments, I think you can. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
If you remove the fact, if you remove all the stuff that makes it objective, then it can be objective.
If you cheat, Dave.
Yeah.
Look, if you disagree with me, it's objective, all right?
Yeah. No, but like morality can be observed objectively, at least, like you can see, evaluate it in terms of that. But other than that, like doing it is a different story. So
contextually, right? There are things that societally the majority of people would agree on contextually. Not that everybody agreeing makes something objective, but
none of us doing it.
Yeah.
All right. But like saving a baby from a burning building is like, can be observed objectively is probably a good thing. So
are there any reasonable good arguments against Buddhism? The question is contextually coming from an ex-Buddhist who's trying to deconstruct the religion.
Let's ask the Rohingya Muslims if there's an argument against Buddhism.
I mean, I think that the answer is yes, but I feel like they're throwing all these like reasonable and good arguments in here is like, well, I feel like you're defining whether or not an argument is good or reasonable if you agree with it. And that's not how that works. An argument can be good and be reasonable, and you can still disagree with the conclusion.
But Buddhism has a number of supernatural claims, and there's no way to demonstrate any of those. So, is that an argument against it?
Yeah, I was going to say that that no one can truly reach the enlightenment that they want people to achieve, and acting as if and making it to where you're trying to do that can cause some issues.
I don't know enough
because
about it to be able to...
people are gonna can get upset that they aren't reaching it, or they don't reach it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a friend, I used to live with these Vietnamese girls, and they were Buddhists, And I said, this Buddhist thing, he said you have to remove all your attachments, right? Including the attachments to your family. So you're supposed to cut off your family and be like Buddhist. And she said, yeah. She said, but like, my mother wouldn't like that, so...
I think like any religion, there are things you can cherry pick out of it that are going to work better for you than others. And so you don't have to take everything from everything all of the time. Like it's very, very silly for like the young earth creation biblical literists, right? So you can do and follow Buddhism and cherry pick out the things that you like anyway, because you're already doing that. Like you're already doing that.
They're asking for good arguments against Buddhism. Maybe the whole samsara thing is like it's reinforcing class hierarchies. Would that be an argument against it?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean,
or like a disregard for other human life in a sense, because like, they'll just get reincarnated or something like that,
Sure. I mean, this seems like if you kind of like read through it a little bit, this seems like this is somebody who's like trying to deconstruct their fucked up childhood. So, like, if you really want to find answers, if you're going through something like this, the first thing I would recommend doing is cracking a history book. And don't crack a history book from where you're from. Crack a history book from a different space. Like a space that is outside of the space that you are currently like living or having grown up in. If you want to like deconstruct, like let's pretend it's like imperialism. So if you want to deconstruct this imperialistic idea and want to find criticisms of it, find out what imperialism was doing and how successful or not successful it was from an outside perspective. And then you can kind of start from there. Right, exactly. Don't read the propaganda to try to undo the propaganda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that if you're trying to deconstruct your fucked up childhood, like being in Buddhism and trying to reach enlightenment will cause it to where, like, you're psyche is going to get messed up even more because you're like, I want to reach enlightenment, but I can't. I'm not reaching it. Why am I not reaching it? And then you just like keep going and getting really, really mentally like
Exhausted.
pushed, mentally like strained. You know what I mean?
Go to therapy.
Yeah, go to therapy and find therapy again outside of the group, the in group that you found yourself that you want to try to deconstruct. I think that applies to any deconstruction though.
Jeff in the chat says a Zen Buddhist student asked his master, "Is it okay to use email?" Yes, he said, but with no attachments.
That's wonderful.
On that note, every pun joke is immature until it's fully grown.
Oh.
There we go.
Boo! 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 Show's over. We're out.
That
actually,
was very funny. Thank you.
We are down to the last 5 minutes, so we should get anybody who wants to shill anything and what anybody's been up to, or any last words anybody wants to say now.
Just living life. So.
Just living life, doing your runs.
Yeah.
Making progress.
Yeah.
I've mostly just been
Yeah,
studying.
I finally moved, so now I've got to set up all my stuff. Yeah.
Hey.
So hopefully next month I will actually have my gear set up, maybe.
We believe in you. You can do it.
I know.
And if you don't, it's okay. We'll forgive you.
Yeah. That's why I'm having to do this on the phone.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I could not do that.
I think Barry's
You
brought
can
out
do it
a
on the
cat.
I don't think I would be able to pull it off. No.
Barry,
Uh-oh. Oh, the
gonna show us your cat?
Look at me. Look at me when I'm loving you. Look at me. Look at me. You little shit.
Wonderful.
Look at my eyes. Look at me.
Nothing.
It was a good try. Adorable.
Oh.
The Debate Hub has volcanoes. Not this week, coming up next week. I've got Dumb Fuck Friday on my regular channel if you're into that. I'll be live on Dappers on
Friday.
Tuesday. I'll be on Low Energy Vid channel on the 12th and the 19th for some Final Fantasy VII stuff. Maybe I'll see if I can pull some silly philosophical video game stuff. That might be fun. And the next tavern is on the 29th. So subscribe, join us for all that shit. If you want to find any of these people on any other stuff to see what they're up to, their links are in the description down below. Make sure to go follow everybody there to see what they're up to and harass them. Don't follow me. Don't subscribe. Get the hell out of here. Nobody likes you anyway. Trans rights are human rights.
Why are you still here? Leave.
Trans people are not a fucking debate. They are people. We deal with it if you don't like it, you big fat babies. Okay, goodbye, everybody. See you next time. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
You've probably had a question that you have thought about throughout your entire life, whether it be where am I going in life? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? That is a philosophical question, regardless if you're just wanting to know what kind of job you're going to do or whatever. It's still a philosophical question.
I'd say life is a choose your own adventure book. And what philosophy does is it does that thing where you say, you can go to page 20 if this happens, or go to page 80 if this happens, and on page 80 it just says you die. When you're playing those games and you just skip that bit and you don't go to page 80, you decide to go to page 20 after all. That's what philosophy can do for you.
One key trait about philosophy is that there's unresolved arguments all the time that never can come to a consensus or agreement. It's always disagreements constantly, but that's actually part of a trick that's actually really good.
A little bit of philosophy makes you Deepak Chopra. Studying philosophy makes you an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But the question here, Dave, is what do you mean by a little?